Well, what have we got here, Dead Fred? No, I don't mean the dog's leg. I mean this. Oh, it's another package from China. But what is it? What is it? Find out. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. No, wait, I'm not a Folgers spokesperson, and I don't even drink coffee. My wife does. Hey, Deadheads, welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new Deadheads. Today, we're going to take a look at yet another Sjgam device. The last one disappointed us, although a few of the other ones really impressed us. So are we going to get disappointment or impression? I don't know. What's in... Oh, it looks like it's our friends Sjgam. Look at this, Deadheads. We got in the M20 Pro. If you guys watched the broadcast last night, make sure you go subscribe to RH Handhelds and watch the weekly podcast. You'll see this. This is a very interesting set. This has a dock. It has light guns. It's rocking an RK3566. It looks like Switch. And yeah, I don't know if this is going to turn out to be complete poo-poo. Retro Tech Dad Rob, this one's for you. Let's take a look here at the box. The M20 Pro. It's got a 7-inch HD screen. And it's running EmuElec, our old friend EmuElec. But it is a 3566, 7-inch IPS, 1024 by 600. Now that is a very interesting 600p screen ratio, 400,000 milliamp battery, maximum support. This device has pre-installed more than 30 copyright games. If users need to install other game programs, they should pay attention to the copyright of the content. If there are disputes or other liabilities caused by copyright, it has nothing to do with our company. So I'm beginning to think that maybe I didn't get the actual light guns because I don't see them anywhere here on the package. This was supposed to have the light guns, but let's open it up and see because it doesn't look like it's got light guns, Deadhead. So I don't know what's going on here. Let's get into this box and reveal. Ta-da! As I zoom in here a little bit. So we have, looks like a pretty big manual here. Let's take a look at this. I see some light guns right here in the manual. So, and here they are again. So I don't know if we're going to not have this. The machine picture is for reference. The machine picture is for reference. So if I don't have light guns, they're out. The instructions for reference only. Physical object, blah, blah, blah. Charging method, blah, blah, blah. We have some PlayStation looking controllers here. We'll see how they are. Yeah, let's find out what's actually in here. Pretty nice presentation. Let's get this up and out of the way. And this is a beefy boy. All right, so first impressions. This is feels nice. It feels nice and solid. It does not feel cheap. So, but let's see what else is in the box. Get out. What's hiding underneath here, Dead Fred? I don't know. And okay, so we have an HDMI to HDMI mini cable. Okay, so HDMI to HDMI mini. We have our controllers. Now, this feels this feels kind of cheap. Oh God, that is horrible. Look at this. So mine shipped. The trigger back here is, it's like inside of it. It's stuck down. It shouldn't look like that. It should look like this and go like this. But this one is broken. So I think that's just, quality control problems again, or it may have happened in shipping, you can't tell. So, yeah, I got one broken controller, not a good way to start. Very clicky. clicky and loud. Oh, we do have L3 and R3. Let's look at this D-pad. Not a lot of pivot on the D-pad, so yeah. So, yeah, not much going on here. I don't know what my dogs are doing. Dogs behave. So, let's see if the other controller is just as messed up. Let's get that out of the way. I don't see any light guns. Guys, I'm going to be very disappointed. No light guns. And gosh, that is jank. So these controllers aren't great. Now, guys, this is a $75 package. This controller isn't horrible, and it looks like we're using AA batteries, AAA. So AAA batteries on the controller. It's got a nice shape to it. It's just not great quality, but it's serviceable. You know, I mean, it's serviceable. Except mine came broken. So what else we got hiding down in here? So we got USB-C to A. Good old standard. We got this dock. Here's our dock. That doesn't even, like right here where you would have the thing to charge it, that's just a nub. Just a nub right there, a nub. So there's nothing to charge it, so it just sits in this thing. Oh my. So on the back here, this looks like this is something you have to attach to it. I don't know. I'm still probably gonna have to figure this out. But this is your dock. Smooth. There's a little sticker to take that off. Let's see what it looks like underneath. So a little rubber so it stays in place. Not bad. Now again, we're talking about a $75 handheld that comes with this whole package. And here is, oh yeah, so I see this is what attaches to the back of the dock to hold your controllers. So you got two of these to hold your controllers. That's not bad. Yeah, there is no light guns, guys. Call me disappointed. That is, yep. All right, Sjgam, what's the deal? Maybe they sell them separately. I don't know. I know, hey, Rob, Retro Tech Dad, I know you're very sad because you wanted to see me try out these guns. So, yeah, no guns. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, guys, so I got it unboxed, so I'm going to switch over to my desk. Since this is a big package, I unboxed it over here on the floor. So let me get this thing set up and let's start messing around. Oh, wait, before I do that, let's take a look at the handheld. Yeah, let's get this guy out of the way because we didn't look at the handheld. Now, all that stuff is, you know, kind of jank and everything, but what I was really hoping was that this was a halfway decent handheld. And this, it feels like holding the Switch, guys. I'm not going to lie. It feels like I'm holding the Switch. Okay, really good. Yes, good shoulder buttons, okay? So not like those jank controllers. These shoulder buttons are much, much better. So, yeah. Yep, okay. Nice shoulder buttons. Clicky, Switch style sticks. Let's see if we can get these sticks. Pretty good pivot to them, but they're just your basic Switch style sticks. We do have a D-pad, unlike your Nintendo Switch. And D-pad, D-pad seems nice. Okay. D-pad is serviceable as my Chihuahua decides to make an appearance. So, okay, nice serviceable D-pad. We have what looks like, is that, I guess, our plus and minus, just like you would have on the Switch, plus and minus. We have, well, select and start at the back, so that's probably your volume. Up here on top on the I/O, we do have a SD card slot. So there is an SD card slot, HDMI out, so mini HDMI. We have USB-C. We have a switch, so this turns on with a switch, an on and off switch, a couple of vents here on the back. Surprised they didn't put their logo back here. Nice, decent plastic. The plastic doesn't feel too bad. This is still ultra budget plastic, but it's not terrible, horrible. This thing again feels pretty solid. Feels pretty good to hold. If this is indeed running a Rockchip 3566, sticking Gamma OS on this thing, it's not a touchscreen, might not be too bad, especially with the way that Gamma has improved the navigation on other systems. So initial thoughts for $75, a big 7-inch screen, but a Rockchip 3566. You know, this with the dock and the stuff. We'll see how this goes. I'm disappointed there's no light guns, but let me get this thing set up and try it out. All right, so we've unboxed it. We've got this thing set up and we've been using it a little bit. And so I just wanted to conclude this unboxing and first review with what I learned about the device. And I'm going to start with some hardware issues. So first of all, the hardware, it's a Rockchip 3566. I haven't verified that. I may open this up later. We'll probably do more videos on this, but it seems to be like that because I did get some PlayStation Portable running. So we got God of War running, we got Tekken 6 running, and it looks like it's running like you would expect it to run on a 3566. So I'm not too surprised. They have done 3566s in the past, so I believe it's probably a 3566. But we had, you know, the lack of the light guns. That's a big one, you know. I went back and verified that in the description, it doesn't mention in the description the light guns, but it's all over the packaging and images. So, you know, I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to see if I can get a comment from the company as far as that goes. This thing also, you know, can be docked, but the dock is nothing more than just a piece of plastic, guys. There's no charging port. In fact, it does come with an HDMI cable, but if you use the HDMI cable, then you have to use a separate cable to charge this thing. So, you know, the dock would have been a solution that could have charged and had the HDMI cable coming through it. So you gotta have two cables. I was able to use it with my portable monitor, and you can show you some footage here, and it worked pretty good. It actually, you know, looks nice on the screen using this. As far as the screen goes with this, it's a nice screen. I think it looks good. It's 7 inches. It's big. It's clear. Again, comparing it with the Switch Lite and the Switch OLED in size, it's nice and thin and comfortable, and it feels like holding a Switch. The sticks and buttons are fairly good. They're not terrible. The D-pad is passable, and the shoulder buttons are pretty good. The controllers are, I've seen worse. They're not as bad as some of those cheap controllers we've had before. The next thing I want to talk about is the software issues. My old Nemesis EmuElect, and it is a very locked down EmuElect. Locked down. It's not even the kind that has a full RetroArch menu. It doesn't even have a full menu. So this thing is stuck with how it is scaled. That is absolutely horrible. Now, again, let's say you have a niece that's 7 years old and you want to get this and you tell your sister, oh, I got this great Switch-like thing. You know, it's half the price or a fraction of the price of a Switch. She'll love it, you know, and everything like that. It's got to play games. It's got a lot of jank in the games. That's another thing. The software is bad. It does have a micro SD card, so you can switch out the games, which gives you that benefit to that. But the games on it are just kind of jank. They are scraped, so not bad with that. Then using that controller, so it is kind of neat to be able to use the controller. It synced right away. It uses AAA batteries. Didn't have any problems with that. And the controller worked pretty good. So again, there's no Bluetooth here. There's no settings. There's no Wi-Fi on this thing. So you can't really go in and add other controllers or anything like that. So you're kind of stuck with these. And then, you know, finally using it through HDMI, I got some wonky results. At first, I couldn't get this to work. I thought maybe it only worked with the controllers, but I did get it eventually to work with this as the controller. So that's pretty good. But again, it doesn't have charging, so you got to have a separate wire for charging. It's just not very convenient for that. So let's sum it up. And what did we find out? Sjgam, you went backwards. First of all, the software. Why are we going backwards? This doesn't make any sense to me. You had some pretty good software coming out. The M25, nice, decent software. You could have made this better. Again, M17 people, do your thing. Do your thing. Get a hold of this. And this may be very interesting 6 months from now. Right now, at $75, no light gun. The software is jank. It's got some hardware issues. I just can't recommend this. So I was excited about this. I thought it might be cool. I thought it might be awesome. But again, even if you're going to give it to a little 7-year-old, it's got crap software. The games are crap. They're not, curated. You have to curate them. It's not simple to do. I just think that Sjgam is a little bipolar. They're a little Heckle and Jive. I don't understand. They have this great products like the M19. Go check out the Cyclops or the M25, and then they have this. So I hope they keep reiterating. I don't understand the logic in it, but props to them for trying to do something different. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and let me know if you find it interesting. I'm going to see if I can get some custom firmware going, and I may do another video on this in the future. But for right now, just can't say that I recommend this, unfortunately. All right, guys, remember to hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones, because tomorrow is never promised. We'll see you next time, Deadheads. Dead Fred out.